JDF Soldier found dead on Palisades Main Road. A Jamaica Defense Force JDF Soldier was found dead on the Palisades Main Road in Kingston on Tuesday morning. His body was discovered in a parking military Prado sometime in the morning, with his uniform soaking what appeared to be blood. A gun was seized in the deceased's lap. His identity has not been confirmed. Protesters blocked main roads in St. Elizabeth. The police are advising the public that the Brace River Main Road in Santa Cruz and Georges Valley Main Road in Balaclava, St. Elizabeth are currently impassable. This is due to protesters in the area who have used debris to block the roadways, the police stated. Therefore, the commuting public is advised to use alternative routes where possible. Final Olympics, but Chilean not hanging up spikes. It would appear that reports of Chilean Fraser Price's retirement from track and field might have been a false start. For months, it has been reported that the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris would be the 8-time Olympic medalist Wang Song, and she would be hanging up her spikes afterwards. In an interview with Jamaican journalists in Paris earlier this week, the 37-year-old emphasized, "It's the final Olympic Games. Let me repeat that," leaving the door open for her to continue her stellar career. Fraser Price, who has run a world record of 85 sub-11 seconds 100-meter race, is the third fastest ever over the distance with a personal best of 10.60 seconds in Switzerland in August 2021. Only the world record 10.49 seconds set in 1988 by the late American Griffith Joyner and the Jamaican national record 10.54 seconds set by Elaine Thompson-Hero are faster than their pocket rocket. 220 people killed on the nation's roads since January. 220 people have been killed in crashes on the nation's roads since the start of the year. The death toll increased following several crashes since Friday. Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, told reporters that some of the crashes occurred in St. Anne and Trelawney. He said a motorcyclist was killed in a crash along the Cooper Spin Main Road in Trelawney on Sunday. He noted that in comparison to the same period last year, road deaths have decreased by 25%. Dr. Jones said despite this reduction, road users must always exercise caution.
Also, we had a death in St. Anne, so we had 2 deaths yesterday. These are the parishes which have been giving us problems. Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Elizabeth, going around to Clarendon and Manchester. So we are down approximately 10%, and compared to last year, 18 persons have died in July compared to 30. So in this respect, we are doing much better than last year. But we're still concerned about the number of motorcyclists who have died, 69 for the year so far. And the other one which died over the weekend on Sunday in Trelawney is now 70. A 26-year-old young man died. So even though we have had a significant decrease in the number of persons who are dying in July and for the year, we are still encouraging persons to be extremely careful, especially in these unusual weather times, when if you drive too fast, you can lose control and crash and injure yourself or die. So continue to drive within the speed limit. Make sure you put on your helmet when you're driving. Do not smoke marijuana and drive. Do not smoke, do not drink alcohol and drive. And be very careful generally on the roads.
Or to outline steps taken to ensure speedy restoration of power to JPS customers, Voss says JPS needs to reinvest in its infrastructure. The Office of Utilities Regulation, OR, is to provide a comprehensive update on the steps it has taken to ensure speedy restoration of power to Jamaica Public Service JPS customers. The update will be done at the week's post-press briefing to be held on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Energy Minister Darrell Voss and the JPS have been updating the nation on the company's power restoration efforts since Hurricane Beryl passage on July 3rd. However, Mr. Voss has criticized JPS for providing what he said was flooded updates as many customers remain without electricity. Noting that OR has responsibility for regulating the JPS, Mr. Voss said the OR was summoned to Cabinet. He said during the meeting, Cabinet members expressed concern about the utility regulator's lack of advocacy during this critical period. Mr. Voss wants OR to apply more pressure on the JPS. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Darrell Voss says the Jamaica Public Service JPS needs to reinvest in its infrastructure. He says while the JPS submitted its hurricane plan prior to the start of the season, The impacts of Hurricane Beryl and other weather events highlighted the companies must pay urgent attention to its infrastructure.
The OUR is who has the authority and the autonomy over JPS, and all that I have been doing for the last 3 weeks is using and exercising my political muscle, because as minister, I have no authority over the JPS, as it is the OUR's responsibility, which is an independent body. I insisted that they should be as strident as I am in making sure they bring the public and the customers up to speed and hold JPS to account. We will be getting a presentation at Post Cabinet on Wednesday by the OUR, which is what the Cabinet has ordered, and we are expecting that they will have meetings with the JPS, continued meetings, and give the public an update from their perspective. In the meantime, I'll continue to defend the customers and the people of Jamaica for what I think is a mishandling of the restoration by JPS. I truly look forward to the OUR coming out and being more aggressive in defense of the customers of the JPS. And the fact is that I have done as much as I can do within my power as a minister. And it is now over to the OUR to work with me and to assist me from the regulatory standpoint to put the pressure on JPS. And I'm hoping with that, we will hear the voice of the OUR and get some action to restore the lines and to repair the lines and restore the people for independence and emancipation. I'm tired of it. The JPS is required prior to every hurricane season to submit to the ministry and to the OUR a preparation plan for the hurricane season. You will see that one was done and submitted way in advance of hurricane season. However, when you look at what has transpired prior to Hurricane Beryl, during Hurricane Beryl, and now with the squall line that we had on Friday night, you can see that the infrastructure of the JPS needs urgent attention. It needs JPS to reinvest and to change the poles and to clean the lines and all that is required in their license.
NCB raises 300 million Jamaican to support Hurricane Beryl relief efforts. The National Commercial Bank NCB, through its Building a Better Jamaica Fund, revealed that it has met its 150 million target to support Hurricane Beryl relief efforts. In a release on Monday, NCB shared that the money was raised just 3 weeks following the launch of the fund. The company also shared that it has matched the donation received, bringing the total funds available to 300 million. According to NCB, the fund established to support those affected by Hurricane Beryl has seen an overwhelming response from both local and international donors who have rallied together to aid in the recovery and rebuilding efforts. These crucial resources will be directed towards the hardest hit communities, particularly in St. Elizabeth, Hanover, Clarendon, and Manchester, focusing on the restoration of homes, small businesses, and the agricultural sector, the release read. We are deeply moved by the outpouring of support from our donors, said Talia Lane, Chair NCB Foundation. NCB is a people's bank, and this initiative exemplifies our commitment to uplifting our fellow Jamaicans in their time of need. The generosity and solidarity shown will enable us to make a significant impact on the lives and livelihood of those affected by Hurricane Beryl. Together, we are rebuilding homes and communities and fortifying the strength and spirit of Jamaica. A big thanks to all. Funds have so far been disbursed to the Birds Foundation Treasure Beach, which has already aided in procuring a 500 kW generator to support the restoration of water supply to the Treasure Beach and Great Bay Area in St. Elizabeth. This was done in partnership with Global Empowerment Mission GEM and American Friends of Jamaica AFJ. Jason Hines, the founder of Birds Foundation Treasure Beach, noted, the community's response to the Building a Better Jamaica Fund has been overwhelming and deeply moving. It speaks to the collective strength and the profound impact we have had when we come together for a common cause. This fund will go a long way in doubling the efforts as we help our neighbors rebuild and recover stronger from the devastating impact of Hurricane Beryl. NCB's Building a Better Jamaica Fund was launched by National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited and is being managed by the NCB Foundation in response to the devastating impact of Hurricane Beryl. An initial donation of 20 million from NCB activated the fund. The foundation partnered with donor fundraising partners and executing project manager partners, which are established non-government organizations locally and overseas, and executing partnership, local charitable organization, and social development agencies. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.